Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So today I'm going to be showing you all how I apply a boiled linseed oil finish. Now, the boiled linseed oil that I am using, it says it protects and seals wood, improves flow and gloss of oil-based paints. Now this is from Clean Strip, this is the brand I'm using. Nothing or no purpose behind this other than the fact that this was just where I could pick it up at my local Home Depot and hardware store. So that's what I'll be using today. Now I like applying this finish the best by burnishing it into the surface. So I do that with a torch, predominantly. I like to do that with the torch, and so that's what I'll use today. Now if you have a big gas forge or something, you can always run it in front of a gas forge, but I find using the torch works out pretty good for my purposes. So as you heat the material, you'll see it starting to sweat a little bit on you, and then that sweat will dry off, and that's what you want. And so basically what I'm looking to do with the torch is bring this up to a blue patina. So that nice blue color like you would see in tempering colors. I've already prepped the material with a wire wheel and wire wheeled all the forge scale off of it, so this way it's nice and bright. And now I'm going to bring up the torch and just heat this until, like I said, I glue it. That's what I'm looking for here. I want this to turn a nice blue oxide color, if I can, before I apply the boiled linseed oil. Now you don't want this in a bright red or anything like that when you apply it, because boiled linseed oil is flammable. It does have a flash point, and you know, it will kind of char and kind of coat unevenly at that point. Bring it up to a nice blue finish, it really goes on nicely. That's what I'm going to do here. So basically you just heat this up really good. Bring the torch temperature up if you need to, nice and high. I hope you guys can hear me just fine. It's probably getting loud on there. I'll take the torch temperature back down a little bit. But we're going to just get this heated up with the torch. You want to work nice and evenly on this. You can paint dinner triangles like this, but the problem with painting stuff is you're going to be wailing it with the clacker, right? And so if you're wailing this thing with the clacker, then what? You're going to be chipping and scratching at that paint and exposing it to rust. So, you know, a linseed oil finish is a lot better on this type of thing, type of item that's going to be struck. But again, you can use what you like or what you're most comfortable with. So I'll flip out here and I'll come back to you as soon as I got this thing up to a blue heat, so you don't have to watch all of this. Now that you have it all heated up to a nice blue finish, now we're going to take our boiled linseed oil and we're going to take some of these blue shop towels. Now I like using the blue shop towels the best. I find that they absorb the linseed oil quite nicely, and it allows it to have a nice even coat. Plus you don't have to worry about destroying a rag. But then all you gotta do is just wipe it on. Apply this really nice, and you want to apply it in layers. Now it's good, I always find it good not to breathe in this type smoke. Now I'm doing this for the camera because I usually have a fan running for this, or do this outside to where that smoke can travel away. Definitely don't want to inhale smoke if you can keep from it. Always bad for the health. But you just apply that on like that. Now the trick here that I have found is to let it, once you apply it, to let it sit. Like let it rest for a minute before you give it a second coat. So this is obviously quite spicy, and you want to make sure you coat both sides of this tool. Both sides of the item. Make sure all areas are covered with linseed oil. Same thing with the dinner gong. Pick it up. It's hot on the glove. You can get away with it just a little bit. A little bit of gripping you can get away with. But otherwise, it might burn you. So you may have to use a pair of tongs for this. But yeah, get it nice and evenly finished like this. And if you can take and hang this up on a wire while you do this, even the better. because then you can make sure that you don't get any unevenness by where it's laying on the actual workbench. Just go ahead and get it coated just like this, really nice and coated, and then let it sit. So you'll let that sit, and you'll see that it'll almost look like it's starting to get dry. It'll be dry in color. Let me scroll this up here. It'll almost look dry. It'll lose some of that sheen to it and look like it's dry. That's when you know you can go ahead and reapply a coat. Now, if you bring this up much hotter than this blue finish, so say go back to like a gunmetal gray, just before you get to that really dull red heat to it, or what we would call black heat, it will blacken more than what you see here. But I like to show the colors through it a little bit better. That's a personal preference of mine. I think it just looks a little bit better than the black finish. Obviously, there's times where you want to use the black finish. You know, get something to look black, and then in that case, that's how you would do that for this particular finish. So the back side looked dry, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little more on there. Right around we go. And basically, you just want to think of evenness. So you want to get as even heat as you can on your piece. The more even that you can coat the piece with heat, and the more even that you can get your finish applied, the better off you're going to be. Because if you let it get too hot in areas and then not hot enough in others, you'll have black areas or brown areas, and then you'll have clear areas. So you'll have areas that the finish took and other areas where it didn't. So just keep that in mind. So there we go. We got that all finished up there. And so, by the way, if you're wondering where this dinner bell came from, I did a whole video series on it. I did a 2-part video series on forging a dinner bell. I'll put that link in the card right here and one in the description. And I also did a live stream. I'll put, again, a link in the cards and one in the description down below to check that out. And in that live stream, I had a lovely supporter on a super chat donation, taking super chat $100. So I decided I would take and give him the one from that live stream, and this happens to be this one in the from that live stream for that super chat donation of $100, which I greatly appreciate. The guy's name is Darren, and his screen name is Energy Management. So if you see him on this video, when this video releases, if you see him somewhere, you know, congratulate him, give him a thumbs up on his comment. He's a regular supporter of the channel. And yeah, like to share the love if we can. So there we go. Looking good. Yep, we're all good to go. So that's basically how I do the linseed oil finish. Let me know in the comment section down below how you apply your linseed oil finish if you use linseed oil. And like always, God bless you, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.